Hey everyone, welcome back. Two videos in the same weekend. Who knew I could do it? Jimmy will be so pleased. So, I was wondering whether or not to do this top 10, and then realized that I had played a couple of these games yesterday. This part of the top 100. Right, I realized I played a couple of these games yesterday. I was like, oh, I have to do it today. I just played them. Um, so yeah, here goes. This is 50 through 41. There are seven new games to this from the last time I did the list, so that's pretty exciting. So number 50, I should remind you the last time number 51 was Caesar, Seize Rome in 20 minutes. Number 50 is Blitzkrieg, World War II in 20 minutes. Blitzkrieg is by the same designer in the same line, the 20-minute line, I guess. Um, and I played Caesar first, like I said, with Mark back at PAX Unplugged. This one I also only played with Mark, but I found this back in December at a local Goodwill for $5. So that was pretty great. I think I like it better. I don't know. They're so close. That's why I have them right back to back. Um, in this game, you just have a map of the world in World War II, and you are essentially playing. What you're trying to do is gain control just with your influence um, in each of these territories and gain points. First one to 25 points wins. So it kind of simulates a war game. You have these little tokens behind your screen, and then you play them out, and they're either land battles or water battles, and you put land here, you can put water in the blue ones, or you can put aircraft in either of them, and there's other rules, but not that complicated, super deep. Yeah, really love this game. Great two-player head-to-head game. I also have not played. There is the Nippon expansion, which is alternate reality where the Germans capture the U.S. and then the Japanese are invading. And in this version, the Japanese get Godzilla, and that's very weird that that would be included in a World War II game. Um, so maybe I'll try it sometime. That's number 50, Blitzkrieg. Was new to the list, I should say. Number 49, also new to the list. This is the Guild of Merchant Explorers. First became aware of this game when I was helping JD down at the local anime convention to teach some board games, and I taught this one. Hadn't learned it before, taught it to like 12 people at the same time. It went okay. I definitely could have been better. Excuse me. This is almost a flip and write, but there's no writing. Instead of writing, like a card flips out and then you mark down with cubes where you're exploring, basically. And you get to put out little villages if you do certain things, towers if you put out certain things. Interestingly, this piece doesn't exist in the game. Anything that goes on this is actually a tall gray piece, and this one is red, like the player colors, and that's not in the game. And I just noticed that. That's really cool. Anyway, pretty quick, plays great one player. It's I always say pretty quick is like a great thing, which sometimes I want a nice long meaty game, but this like gives you that decision space in a game that you could play in half an hour, and I really like that. Guild of Merchant Explorers, number 49. That's new. Number 48 was on the list last two times. It was 22 the first time I did this, 25 last time I did this. Just haven't been playing it enough, but this is Neome. Neome is create the city of tomorrow. Neome is essentially a tile laying game, but it's actually Seven Wonders hiding in a tile laying game because you're drafting these tiles and grabbing them for their points and for the various different things, and like green work well together, kind of like in Seven Wonders. Yeah, other stuff like that. Um, yeah, I don't like it more than Seven Wonders, but it is like the next level up, kind of. Someone who was a fan of Seven Wonders kind of took this game and designed it over a number of years, just like continuing to tweak numbers and put things together in an interesting way. There are disasters in the game, like you can get hit with a flood or a fire or a crime wave. The disasters are they're not great. We play with a variant where you can discard a disaster tile if you want, which is not officially in the game. Anyway, that's 48. Neo. Number 47 was 43 last time, 21 the time before that. Forgot I had played this that long ago, and that is Suburbia. So Suburbia from Ted Alspach. This is not. He'll have a higher game on the next 10 I do. You might guess what it is because Suburbia is here. In Suburbia, you are buying tiles from this middle reserve sort of thing, and they are these very exciting things like a business supply store or a warehouse or apartments. Great stuff, folks. And essentially, you're trying to lay out and build your city according to various different things. Like you don't want to put most of the time you don't want to put residential neighborhoods next to industrial zones, and you might want to keep your businesses together, or you like if you have this business supply store, you get more income if there's more office tiles in the game. Yeah, very fascinating. What I really like about this game is you have these two little kind of tracks you keep track of that are your appeal and your income. And then they, at the end of every round, you gain population for your appeal, you gain money for your income. But as you're gaining population, your income and your appeal are both going down. So yeah, really interesting game. A lot of strategy to it. Winner of the Mensa Select Award. Anyway, that is. I lost my space. Wow. Number 47, Suburbia. Okay, number 46, new to the list. This is Deck Builder. I played it for the first time at Origins. I think it was last year. It might have been the time before. No, I think it was last year. Anyway, regardless, this is Robot Quest Arena. And this is a very simple deck building game where you are piloting a robot on this little grid and you're like pushing people around and attacking them and getting knocked out. If you knock someone out, you get a lot of points. But if you get knocked out, you just respawn, you're right back on the board. It's just it's a blast. Like it's just stupid fun. I love a good deck building game, and this is like a good simple deck building game. Um, yeah, some people think it's a kids game because of like the art style and stuff like that. It's not. I mean, it's an anyone game. It's a great game. That's number 46, Robot Quest Arena. Number 45 is new to the list, but man, I've played this game a lot. Wild Space is number 45. Wild Space is this game where you are trying to collect crew for your spaceship, and they're all anthropomorphic animals. And that serves some purposes because you're trying to like collect one of each of the races, or like if you collect a lot of bears, you get a lot of points, or a lot of octopi, you get a lot of points. This is a weird game to sell to people, like to talk about, because what it is essentially you're looking for combos within your hand, and to play it well is it's hard to see how to play it well on the first time, and it's not what people think it is in a lot of ways, and I think it hasn't done well because of that. I remember the first convention I went to, PAX Unplugged, back in 2019. Like they were really pushing this one. This was their big new game from Pandasaurus. Like they had all these banners up and stuff like that. And really, it's a small combo card hand building game. Um, it's a lot of fun. It's great. I don't think it's the kind of game that's going to have wide appeal like they were looking for. Anyway, I really like though. That's number 45, Wild Space. Number 44, new to the list, another game I played a ton, and this is Long Shot, the dice game. This is a game I played yesterday. This is a game where you have these little horses on a track, and someone will roll a number, and then the horses move, and then you are marking up the cards and marking up your player board to kind of show what you're doing with what you're betting. So you could bet on a horse once the race has begun. You could buy a horse once the race has begun, as is normal. You can make this little thing so that you jump this horse ahead 3 spots. You do this other thing, and then you move 2 different horses backwards on the track, as always happens in horse racing, I'm sure. Yeah, this plays up to 8, and I will, in fact, play it with 8. It's kind of long with that, but yeah, I mean, it works. Honestly, it works pretty well with any number like 4 to 8. It probably says 2 to 8 or something like that. No, if it says 1 to 8, of course, there's a solo version. These games that play up to 8, Like, you're not going to play them with one, two, or three people usually. Like, there's a few exceptions. Like on tour, I would. Not this one. But anyway, this is a great game. Yeah, launch out the dice game. It takes a little bit longer than I want it to, but it's still really fun, really great. That's number 44. Number 43 is another new one to the list, and this is another, well, this is a flip and write, not a roll and write. This is Next Station London. In Next Station London, you are building a metro system for London. Oh no, oh wait, here. Yes, there is one. Okay. I don't know who this was. Oh, it was probably me because I probably didn't write my name on it. Yeah. Oh wait, I did write a name. No, I didn't. Anyway, great content, 10 folks. So basically, by the end of the game, you're going to have all these little lines, like metro lines, on the board, and they score in various different ways. You score for crossing the Thames, you score for going to these tourist destination spots, you score for getting other ones together. The main thing is, though, you have these little districts that you probably can't see on the computer because the yellow lines are pretty faint. And at the end of the round in which you're doing so, say this green line right here, you count up how many districts you've been to, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you multiply it times the number of stations you've been to in the area that has the most stations. So this is 3, which is not great, honestly. So that would, you multiply that, that would be 15 points, add 2 each time you cross the river, so 17 points. That's not very high, but still. Love to play this game because it plays the amount of decision space compared to the amount of time it takes you is great. And like, you know what could be coming up, you know what will be coming up, and so you can plan accordingly. And occasionally you get this thing that'll split your lines, so you can go off from the middle, which is great. Yeah, really love playing this game. Marianne really likes this game. Me too. That is number 43, Next Station London. Number 42 is new to the list. And I played this game for the first time last month in January. And this is Revive. Now, this is a problem with how you kind of make this kind of list, and that this is a point in time. And when I determined my top 100, I was like, yes, this is it. That was about 3 weeks ago. I had played this game exactly once before then. I didn't own it yet. I bought this with some birthday money. And if I was doing this list again today, this would be much higher. Maybe even top 10. I've played it probably 5 times since then. Played it twice yesterday. I love Revive. It looks so complicated and it's really not. So you have this main board where you play out all these little pieces, you're moving across the board and stuff like that, and you're uncovering these ice tiles because the theme is like some post-apocalyptic coming out of the ice sort of thing. I don't know, it's weird. Then you also have this player board and this player board, which is asymmetric. This one is, and then this one you make asymmetric as the game goes on, because this is the machine. And as you place down things on here and do some other cards, you get to upgrade your machine by moving these little tracks along. And then you grab these other these little machines, which are these circular things, and you slot them into the double layered board. It's so satisfying. There are a lot of different strategies you can pursue in this game. It's almost, it's kind of hard to not do kind of the default strategy of just putting out a lot of buildings and upgrading your machine and doing cool things with that. But last game I played, I got almost all except for one of my little dudes out, my little workers. So I got all this technology, which gave me special abilities. Very cool. 6 different asymmetric factions. I've played 5 of them, I think. I need to play the last one still. Maybe another one. I don't know. Anyway, I love this game. Also, works well 2, 3, or 4 players. And once you know what you're doing, this feels like a 3-hour game, and you can play it in probably an hour and a half. That's number 42, Revive. Final game for this list, I also played yesterday. This is at 41. It was 65 last time I did the list, so it went up a little bit. It was 20 the time before that. And this is Bonanza. Bonanza is from my favorite designer, Uwe Rosenberg. Oh, wait, I gotta show you. This is the bean trading game. I remember, oh, this is a deep cut in someone who's not watching this stuff. I remember years ago when I was running a dorm, one of my RAs, Ed Minette, told me, Kyle, you got to buy the bean trading game for the dorm. It's a great game. I was like, really? It's about trading beans. Are you sure? And he was like, yes, absolutely. So I bought it, and then I didn't even play it then. Uh, you have all these different beans: stink bean, wax bean. What else we got here? Green bean, blue bean. This is exciting content, folks. And what you're trying to do is plant these and get enough of them so that you can sell them for points. The main twist in this game is you cannot rearrange your hand. So whatever order the beans come to your hand in, that's the order they're going to be in. And then at the start of your turn, you have to play the card in front. You might not want to because it might force you to harvest some beans that just aren't ready. You're hoping to save for a rainy day, but you have to. There's nothing else you can do about it. Um, Also comes with a fun trading card of Uwe Rosenberg, so that's weird and fun. And this guy too. Who is this? Oh, the artist Bjorn Pertoff. All that great art. Oh wow, it's a bean representation of Uwe Rosenberg. I didn't even know that existed in this game. Anyway, that is yeah, number 41 Bonanza. Thanks for putting up with me while I'm a little tired and out of it this morning, folks. I hope you enjoyed the top 10 here, and yeah, stay tuned. I got 4 more of these to go. We'll get there by the end of the month, I hope. Bye.